5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to the H3 Podcast Extravaganza. That's right, we're an extravaganza now. Thank you to 23andMe, Postmates, and Hims for sponsoring us, and thank you to everybody for joining us today on this beautiful, blessed Friday. Boy, do I love Fridays. We started taking the weekends off, and I just get so freaking excited on Fridays now. Happy Friday to everyone watching. We've got a lot to discuss today. We're very excited. We've got some Shane updates. We've got some Papa John updates. We've got some boofing updates. We've talked previously about a goof, a slap, right. A slap. A boof, a goop, a slap. And Ian, the intern, has prepared for us one of his notorious and much celebrated PowerPoint presentations on deciphering the meaning of Kanye West. Wow. That's a big task, but I know he's up for it. But before we get into all that, I've got a little announcement. Not really an announcement, just something I wanted to talk about. But it may be that Hila is there's a new thing, the thickening. Hila's going to be thickening up here soon.
What does that mean?
What I'm trying to say is that Hila won't be drinking alcohol.
What does that mean?
Soon, if she's responsible. What I'm trying to say. H3 Podcast Extravaganza.
Oh, no. That's me, sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
I had it on mute. How long was that going?
Oh, it just started, like,
just now?
You turned it off immediately.
Okay.
I had a flashback. Oh, my God. I was like, no. Hila's, there's 2 stripes. She's cooking something up.
Anyone?
It's a cinnamon roll with frosting, man. Hila, it's weird. She's Hila's, there's something going on. So we did it.
Just say it.
Well, it's we don't know yet if anything's gonna go wrong.
She's pregnant. Hila's pregnant. I have been squirting in Hila for years.
What the fuck?
I mean, I'm just telling frankly, like, I've been, you know what I'm saying? It's been, we've talked about it a lot on the podcast, so it's a natural extension of our efforts to get Hila knocked up. And I have been fully unsheathed for about 2 years. My dick has been out and squirting. We did the tests, we did everything, but I'll say that it happened naturally.
It just
the good old-fashioned way. We had sex.
Gross.
Yeah, I know. It is gross.
I don't know. I don't know how
to feel about it. Well, just like 2 days ago we found out.
Yeah.
And Hila, she was a couple of days late on her period, and her boobs were raw. How would you say? Tender? What? Your boobs were tender.
It just hurts. I don't know.
You had some tender-ass titties. But anyway, that's like what happens when you're getting the period. And I remember it was like a week earlier, like, oh, I'm getting my period.
Yeah, and it kept not happening. And I was like, what is going on? And
the night before, I was like, maybe you're pregnant, jokingly.
Yeah, and I was like, actually, I already checked, and it was negative.
All right. But it wasn't your first pee of the morning.
I didn't do it right, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because the last 2 months, we kind of didn't really try. We're like, fuck this shit, whatever. If it happens, it happens. Mm-hmm. And we're just not going to pay attention. Mm-hmm. And, of course, that's when it happened. So funny.
Yeah, of course.
And
I don't know how to feel about it. I'm scared.
I don't know how to feel about it.
It's terrifying.
I'm more scared than you because
you got to shit it out.
Yeah. I've always been scared of that part.
I have utmost respect for that. I'm telling you that.
And people always say, like, don't tell until, I don't know, in Israel, even 4 months. I don't know. It's like, by then you're going to see that I'm pregnant. Like,
it's just superstitious, you know.
Yeah.
But you had a really good point about it.
Because people think that maybe something will go wrong. Mm-hmm. But it's like, if that happens, then what? I'm not supposed to talk about it, like it's a secret. Like,
Yeah, exactly. You just carry this like sad thing that
Yeah.
happened to you, and you don't tell.
you can't.
Because I
Like,
guess the theory is, I think first of all, people are superstitious.
mm-hmm.
Second of all, for those that don't know, in the first, like, I don't know, couple months, it's very common that you can have a miscarriage. And I didn't
But
know
people
that.
don't know
Yeah.
that because it's like
You don't talk about it.
Why not talk about it? Like you'll say when you're sick, you'll talk about it,
Yeah.
or if you have to do a surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So why is that like?
No, you're right, and it's a sad thing. It's a vulnerable thing, and it's kind of sucks to just carry that silently with you. I mean,
Yeah.
but I guess the theory is that people probably just are superstitious about it, and then you have maybe it happens sometimes. People have like many miscarriages. It could happen like 5 times, and then you're like, oh fuck, I got to do this whole thing. Like
The whole
we're pregnant,
congratulations.
we're not pregnant, we're
Yeah,
pregnant, we're not
I
pregnant.
guess.
You know. But Ela approached me a couple days ago, and she's like, I was in bed just looking at the news or something. She's like, Ethan, we got a problem or something. And I didn't answer for a minute. 'Cause I
Yeah.
wasn't listening. I was just kind of groggy. And you said something like 2 stripes.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? No way.
Yeah. When I did the test, I felt like there's no way. Like.
Well, yeah, we've been
probably
trying for a
just
while.
late or something.
You know?
But
The boys can swim. It's good to know, though, because it was kind of I was worried that, you worry that what's wrong, what's going on, you know? Why
Yeah.
can't they
I
get in there?
stopped taking birth control like maybe almost
years
2
ago.
years ago at this point.
Yeah.
So
Could be that.
it can take a while.
Yeah. But so it worked. The boys can swim, the girls can catch, and the team is functioning. You know, Ela started like a week ago before we knew she was preggo. She's like, I'm hungry. Like,
Yeah.
she started eating. She had pizza, and she's like, and I have to tell you, this was shitty pizza. And I'm not one to say that because pizza, in my opinion, is like sex. When it's good, it's great. And when it's bad, it's still pretty good. But
No.
so I'm like, this pizza's kind of sucky. And Neil's like, really? This is the best pizza I've ever had. And I'm just like, are you feeling okay? This pizza's not that good. I don't know why you're tripping about this pizza. But I think Ela's starting to getting hungry.
Yeah. I don't know if it even happens that early, but I have been. I don't know. It's
You
weird.
said you feel something going on in your stomach?
Yeah, I feel like things are moving in my stomach.
It's a fucking baby, dude.
I don't know. It's so weird.
So anyway,
So guys, don't tell anyone.
yeah, don't tell anyone, please, till 10 weeks. It's between all of us. Man, I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, we've been trying for a while, but I was like, just so used to not getting
Yeah,
pregnant.
that it was like.
I was like,
That's
oh,
not
cool.
happening.
I was like, cool, man. Fuck that shit. But now, how am I going to take care of a kid when I'm so dysfunctional?
Nah.
Ela believes in me. That's all that matters. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
Ela's pregnant. So there you have it. At long. Yes, that is. Yep. Thank you. That is true. That's how I feel. So we thought we'd share that happy news with everybody. And thank you for joining us on this blessed Friday to share this beautiful, wonderful news. Me inside internally. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let's move on. We've got Shane. Now, the Shane documentary, we had talked about it in the previous episode, and I give Shane all the credit in the world. I mean, this guy has pioneered a new form of content on YouTube, okay? And he's got this incredible fan base, and he...
The numbers are just like
Unprecedented.
something I've never
I
seen.
mean, unbelievable.
It
You
has
get
like
10 to 20 million
it has
per
like a
episode.
tweet that has 600,000 likes on
Yeah.
a tweet.
Yeah.
What
I
is
mean-
going on?
Yeah, it's wild. So, I mean, obviously, hats off to the guy. He's a friend of the show, even though he betrayed me. After all we've been through. Okay, cut. We're not yet.
You forgot.
We'll get there. Yeah, not yet. Let's at least get into it a little bit before the Papa Father.
Podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I'm reliving the memory of that great betrayal. Anyway, so he goes on, as we touched on in the last episode, that Shane starts exploring this theory. What if Logan is the sociopath and Jake is living in the shadow of Logan, the sociopath.
And it kind of took a weird turn where it just all became about who's a sociopath and
Right.
like.
Well, the next episode was him sitting for like 40 or 50 minutes with a therapist and super dramatic kind of, just really dramatic, kind of trying to diagnose him. And anyway, Logan Paul made a response video, and I mean, a lot of people have been criticizing Shane for his kind of the way that he's been trying to diagnose him.
Because he does this funny editing that's him and his editor are really good at.
Yeah.
Where they create this like horror.
They create an
feeling.
atmosphere and attention,
Yeah.
and the editing is very good.
They're good at it, but it's like you're also talking about something serious.
You're talking about a real person. You're talking about mental health, and we know it's Jake
Yeah.
Paul and Logan Paul, which are like the two,
It's kind of
Tweedledee
weird,
and Tweedledum
weird
of
combo.
YouTube. But regardless, I'm not even trying to make a serious point about Shane. I'm not here to refute or talk about any. Logan Paul made a response video, and it's given us, all here, one of the best gems that have ever come across this platform. And so this, to me, was what was most important to share with you guys. I'll let Logan speak for himself. Now, he goes on the record, and he actually says, I'm not a sociopath, but I do have sociopathic tendencies, which is interesting. It sounds like he's been diagnosed the way he talks about it, because he's very knowledgeable, and he goes, you're not either a sociopath or not a sociopath. It's a sliding scale, and some people have more sociopathic tendencies than others. But he goes on to say something that really resonated with me and made me really understand what he meant by that. So I'll share it with you guys now.
Considered sociopathic. Mark Jobs. Nope. Steve Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs. A lot of people, especially YouTubers, and Shane touched on this, you can't just say like, you're a sociopath. The word I would like to use is sociopathic tendencies. So a lot of us, me included, will do some dumb shit, maybe some stuff that lacks empathy strictly for views, right? It gets us views, which gets us subscribers. Our motivating factor is to reach the next level. Sociopath is boiled down someone who is just more savage than everyone else. I know it sounds...
So that's it. I mean, that's pretty much a clinical definition of sociopath. Somebody who is more savage than everybody else. And I thank Logan for that definition, and I'm just happy that that's in the world. Logan Paul saying it's just someone that's more savage than everybody else.
Dabble dab.
Double dab will do ya.
Motivating factor is to reach the next level. Sociopath is boiled down someone who is just more savage than everyone else. I know it sounds...
I have trouble with that. I'm having trouble with that comparison.
Because he's always making it cool for his fans, because they're always like, savage.
Yeah, that's what... So, savage means cool, right?
In
his world.
Yeah.
So, a sociopath,
I think.
a.k.a. antisocial personality disorder, which is someone that lacks empathy, someone who has a general... I mean, again, I'm not going to... Generally, it's not... I wouldn't call it savage necessarily.
Are you sure?
Maybe a psycho, and then
Ethan, did you go to psychology school? Because
I am not a trained professional.
Because I don't know, savage sounds to me.
It does sound very clinical.
Clinical.
Yeah, it sounds like something you'd hear in a classroom. This whole argument, though, that between him and Shane, like, it's just, I feel like we shouldn't be, this whole thing about self-diagnosing, and I feel like even Logan's definition is wrong, because I was trying to read about it online and educate myself a little bit before I came and did this podcast, and apparently sociopathy isn't even a clinical term. The real clinical term is antisocial personality disorder, and it's just this whole messy thing. I don't like that. It's just, I don't know, but...
Everyone now is just Googling and self-diagnosing.
Yeah, and like... But anyway, Logan's defending himself. He does make a lot of good points in here. But a sociopath is basically someone that's more savage. So,
Good, bro.
Gotta add that to the wiki page.
Yeah, essentially, we need to add that to the clinical definition of. But it's someone that lacks empathy, someone that's very manipulative, someone that doesn't. I mean, they lack empathy. They cannot relate with human emotions, so it enables them to do more callous things that many of us would not feel comfortable doing from an empathetic standpoint. And so I guess that would make them literally more savage. And a psychopath, which is a problem, Shane kept saying a sociopath and a psychopath are the same thing, and implying.
I don't think he said it's the same thing, but he wasn't very clean about it. Like, he kept mixing them up at some point.
Yeah.
Which is what Logan.
Well, he would say sociopath, and then he would show psychopath on the screen and like someone with a knife. So I was reading about this, trying to figure out what is the difference. So actually, all psychopaths are sociopaths, but a psychopath is a more severe version of a sociopath. They tend to be more violent. They tend to be more criminal, and they tend to be more ruthless. A sociopath can still have bonds with like family members and strong friends, but random people that they meet on the street, they do not have any empathy for at all. So there is a distinction, but this implication that they're all, creepy murderers is not true. But at any rate, that's that. Then there was a part at the end of Shane's new. I'm checking out on this documentary.
Honestly, it's so long too.
It's a lot, but this part made me uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. So he's teasing. This one's called "The Enemies of Jake Paul," and he is teasing in the next episode. This therapist that he sat down with is gonna go undercover as a producer secretly. They're not gonna tell Jake Paul so that she can study him all day and make a diagnosis of him. That seems kind of unethical. It's
think?
I mean, so here it is. I mean, the whole thing is making me uncomfortable, honestly.
Come up with a plan because.
But Shane does acknowledge that. I mean, he knows that it's weird.
But he's still gonna do it.
He's still gonna do it. But anyway, here it is.
A therapist with us, and she's there the whole time. I don't think he's going to be like himself. I don't think he's going to be comfortable. I think he's going to be kind of fake. So I came up with a plan. And it sounds really shady. And I've never done anything like this before. The plan is I'm going to have Katie, the therapist, pretend to be our producer. And
So
she's going to be with us the whole day, watching, listening, analyzing.
I love this
Jake's
shot. Watch this.
body language.
How she's just staring at her, like the corner of her eye. Like that's how she makes her diagnosis. Like this is her all day. I just love the image of this therapist with them all day like this. Just looking at the side of her vision at them. Anyway. It's strange. I don't know, man. This shit's strange. Like, I mean, so here you go.
What he's like when the camera turns off. And then throughout the day, she's going to kind of take me in another room. So Jake will have no idea. And then we'll go into the other room and I'll just be like, how's it going? What do you think? Well, first of all, let me say this. Jake specifically has told
So there you go. I don't know. It's feeling weird and like.
I feel like it's unnecessary because if she went, like, Jake would still be himself over a long day, if they're at his house.
Well,
like you'll put on a show for like 5 minutes, but eventually he'll be himself.
A sociopath apparently is capable and well aware of the facade that they put on. Actually, what I read is that a psychopath, so a sociopath generally is more messy in how they present themselves to the world, but a psychopath is extremely efficient, that they can have a mask up all the time, even under stress and duress, so that they never let their guard down.
Yeah.
So it is one of the attributes.
It's just,
but that being said, I really don't think
serious.
Jake. I really don't think Jake is a sociopath.
We're just talking about Jake Paul.
Yeah, the thing is, he didn't really need this whole angle. I would have been interested in just when a really sincere look into Jake Paul's life. Like, I don't know why they
day
needed,
with him.
Yeah, I don't know that we needed this really dramatic angle of sociopathy.
Yeah.
PewDiePie made a video about it. He made some good points about it. A really long video. But he was like, when they were talking about sociopathy, him and the therapist were saying that it was like icky and gross.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know. What do I know? But it's getting bizarre. It's a wild ride, man. This is some wild new territory here.
People are loving it.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's Jake Paul, so it's hard for anyone to be like. It's very difficult
choose
to
Jake's
ever take
side,
Jake
yeah.
or Logan's side. Like Logan made a very reasonable response to Shane's video, and it has like 50%.
Surprisingly, yeah, he did.
Like I was feeling kind of bad that, like here,
Sounds
like
stupid,
the down votes is like 130,000 down, and he didn't really say anything worthy of a down vote, personally, in my opinion. But hey, that's the world we live in. That's the tube we tube in, eh? So I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. It seems unethical, but I'm gonna watch the fuck out of it. Yeah. What else we got? Kavanaugh. This fucking guy, this Kavanaugh guy, he's trying to get on the Supreme Court. Again, there's a lot of politics going on here. You guys have probably heard of Kavanaugh and how he was accused of all this sexual misconduct, which is sexual misconduct. That's a nice way of saying rape, kind of. But regardless of what he did or didn't do, I don't know. My only interest in this, my friends, is the fact that they are arguing over what is a boof. Okay. Now, boofing is a big part of this show, as you may recall. We have been trying to get to the bottom of what a boof is for a long time.
I feel bad for that.
Right into the equation. A boof and a goof and a gaff is a laugh. What happens if you boof a goof? Now, we were wondering what's a boof, and Eric from Comment Etiquette came in with a definition as we were wondering, what is a boof?
And I look it up. It's not actually a word, but you found it on Urban Dictionary.
Hell yeah, the best.
Which is the perfect place to define something like this. Apparently, and correct me if your definition is wrong, it's when you shove drugs up your ass when you go to a rave or dance party, you boof it in.
No, we're on the same page. That's act.
So, actually, I've got to revise that definition of that. I'm pretty sure it means taking drugs up the ass.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. Because apparently the anus, the colon, is very absorptive. And so drinking is like,
And it's like you do an enema with alcohol.
it's like this. You know this meme where it's like, I sleep, I'm awake. So drinking alcohol in the mouth, I sleep. Boofing alcohol in your ass, I'm awake.
That refers to flatulence.
Yes. So basically, the anus sucks in, it has way more membrane. So if you're taking any kind of illicit drug, you put it up the ass, boy, and you are going to be taking that one ride ticket to Valhalla.
If you're willing to do that.
You don't have to taste it. You don't have to encounter any bad stuff. You just boof it right up there. What do you, shotgun a beer up your ass? I don't know how that works.
I don't know.
I heard there was kids that were dipping vodka or tampons in vodka and then shoving it up their ass to get drunk. It's like, just drink it.
Just take a shot.
Just drink it. But apparently you get drunk quicker and it's a pleasant experience. But I love, Post Malone's really good at shotgunning beers. I wonder how fast he can boof
beer
a
bong,
beer.
you mean?
Yeah.
Didn't friend of the show, Steve-O, in one of those Jackass movies, boofed a beer out of like a beer bong up his ass?
Oh, yeah. That's what I'd like to see Post Malone doing. I think that's the next rock star step. I just like to imagine someone on their back with their cheeks out and a bunch of bros shoving a fat tube up dude's ass. Some Vaseline handed up by Tyra Banks, and just boofing a beer right up the stink hole.
What was Tyra Banks doing?
She's the Vaseline goddess.
No, what was it? She in your picture?
They used Vaseline from her.
Oh,
yeah. It's the good stuff. Yeah. If Austin's gonna be boofing any beers, I'm gonna make sure he gets the best Vaseline to lube that anus up, because that's obviously so much easier
I disapprove.
than drinking it. But at any rate, let's watch a future Supreme Court justice discuss boofing, and this is the greatest timeline.
What do you like?
Judge, have you, I don't know if it's buffed or
Buffed?
Buffed?
How do you pronounce that?
That refers to flatulence.
No, it doesn't. It does not refer to flatulence. We all know, even if you support this guy, you know that this guy is not talking about flatulence.
So flatulence is
It's a fart.
Farting?
Yeah. Wouldn't it? And guys, and again, I'm not taking sides. I'm not throwing my chips. I'm so over politics. Okay, I'm here for the boofs and the goofs. But we all know, all of us watching, even those of you who support Kavanaugh and everything he does, whatever the fuck ever, you know what a boof is. And this man...
Did they ever get to what a goof is?
They didn't ask that. Wish I was there. I'd tell them. What is a goof? Define a goof. It's kind of hard to define. It's a laugh.
It's a giggle.
It's a giggle. There you go. This guy, if he goes down for lying about what a boof is,
perjury.
Now we've made America great again. I mean, he lied to the Senate. I mean, right here, we all know what a boof is.
Perjury, right?
It's perjury of the highest order. Everyone here who's a fan of this podcast and listens here on a regular basis. It reminds
me in your deposition that they asked you to define what a meme is. Very similar moment.
Meme is kind of hard to define.
Yeah.
A boof has a very literal definition, and it's not a flatulent.
That refers to flatulence.
No, it does not. But I'm saying that we've all here who have been a fan and watched along and learned along with us, we all learned together what is boofing.
Yeah.
And this judge who wants to sit on the highest court in the world, he committed perjury over what it means to put beer up his ass. He should go down for that. I'm saying if you're...
Flatulence, I've never heard that.
Yeah,
it's just like a nice word for farting.
Yeah, he's went to Yale, so he's not allowed to say fart. He has to say flatulence. But what if he was just like, that's when you put beer up your ass? I'd be like, look, I was 15. I was 16 years old. We were young boys. It's a joke. It's what happened. It's putting beer up your ass.
I feel like that would get him more credit with people.
Absolutely. They'd be like, that guy's telling the fucking truth.
Yeah.
You wouldn't lie about that. I mean, I guess he was trying to be more... He kept trying to downplay his drinking, so that's what it was. He's always trying to be like, oh, nothing in there has anything to do with drinking. Look, dude, you took some beer up the ass. I get it, man. We're all trying to have fun. You were a young man at the time.
Yep.
By the way, this guy's name is Mr. Whitehouse. Wonder what kind of job that guy's after. Imagine having a president called Mr. Whitehouse, President Whitehouse. This just in from the White House.
It sounds like Papa John at Papa John's.
Papa John at papajohn.papa John. Anyway, I just love that boofing has been the center of a national controversy, and I had to acknowledge it. So, Judge, shouldn't have lied about the boofing.
That refers to flatulence.
It does not. Absolutely does not. And everyone listening, you goddamn well know it does not. So up next, we've got Ian, the intern, the wonderful, beloved by all. He has got a presentation. Kanye has been all over the news.
People have been waiting.
Yeah, Kanye's been up to a lot. And you guys may not know this about Ian, the intern, but he is a huge Kanye fan. He's actually even written a screenplay about Kanye's life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
He's obsessed. It's a little weird. So he has come with a presentation, and I'm super excited. I mean, everything Ian puts together is gold. After that's coming up after the break. Then we got a Papa John update. We got all kinds of fun stuff, including this. Check this out.
Papa John updates are my favorite updates.
Oh, God. Every time it's amazing. And this time's no exception. A dream cruise in Australia was ruined by 1,300 Indian men partying from a tobacco company that brought Playboy bunnies with them and ruined the boat ride for everybody. We got footage. We got everything you need to enjoy that story. So we're going to throw it to a commercial break. And when we come back, Ian, your boy, is going to be here with all the Kanye updates that you could ever want and so much more. Stay tuned. 23andMe is a DNA testing service that can offer insights into your ancestry, health, wellness, and traits, my dudes. I love this thing, man. You spit in a cup, you send it off. Some dude in an office throws it in his mouth. and then he tells you everything you need to know about you. I'm just kidding. I don't think that's how they do it. But you do spit in a vial. You send it off to a bunch of scientists. They crunch the numbers, and they tell you all this interesting stuff about you, like your weight, your sleep quality, caffeine intake, sense of taste, whether you are likely to be lactose intolerant, and so much. And if you're likely to die from Alzheimer's or not, which is a really fun one. But it's good to know. It's good to know. And it's easy to do. The bitter taste report. Here's some interesting ones. Do you prefer sweet or salty foods? DNA can play a role in determining your food preferences. That's interesting. Sleep report. Are you a deep sleeper or are you a light sleeper? Are you likely to move during your sleep? It's all in that vial of spit, folks. Saturated fat weight report. Based on your genetics, are you likely to be a big fatty fat, or like Elon, be skinny? We have different dispositions, and frankly, it's not your fault. Remember that scene from Good Will Hunting? That's 23andMe with their hand on my shoulder, going, "Ethan, it's not your fault. You're fat. It's not your fault." Lactose intolerant. Hey, they got it all and so much more. They're going to tell you about what your background is from, your geographical background. You Italian, you French. What are you? Let's find out.
Italian.
Italian? Let's find out right now. Head on over to 23andMe. This is interesting, fascinating stuff. You're going to learn all about yourself. It's so awesome. Go to 23andme.com/H3. That's 23, the numbers 23andme.com/H3. Imagine a world where on your phone you can order anything you want at any time of the day, any day of the year. That's what Postmates gives you. That's the power of Postmates. I love Postmates. I love Postmates. It's the best thing that's ever been invented. Here's how it works. You just download the app. 24 hours a day, 365 a year. Postmates will bring you whatever you want within that hour. You can even see where your food is and track your driver to make sure there's no effing funny bee business.
It's like a personal assistant.
It's basically, a freelance personal assistant. That's right, Ela. Very good analogy. You forgot eggs, you forgot milk, no effing problem. Craving a tasty burger? Check. Looking for some beer, some cigarettes? You know what?
Don't smoke.
That's just, it's nice when you're like, man, I'm drunk and I'm at home. I want a frozen pizza and some cigarettes. That's what Postmates is all about. Oh, I want some on this food app, but my favorite restaurant doesn't deliver. Postmates does every time. All right? Postmates is your new long-term munchies booty call. They wrote that, not me. I just want to make that clear, but it's a good analogy. You do not get to fuck your driver, though. That is not part of the deal. So for a limited time, Postmates is giving you $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days. So to start your free deliveries, download the app today and use code H3. That's code H3 for $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days. Save the hassle. Get the food you love fast at Postmates with code H3. Listen, sometimes we can all use a little help. And some people more than others, okay? Here's what's the deal. Sexual performance issues, it's more common than you think. Over 25% of new ED cases are guys under the age of 40. And 40% of men by age 40 struggle with not being able to get their dick rock hard like they used to be able to get it. And even the world's greatest actors can't fake one. That's right, even Tom Cruise can't fake having an erection. I don't know why he's not the best actor in the world. Marlon, who's the best actor in the world? He can't fake an erection. Why do guys...
Leo DiCaprio?
He doesn't need help getting an erection. That guy walks around rock hard. Why do guys turn to weird solutions or do nothing when they can turn to medicine and science, my dudes? This is the real deal. We've got well-known generic equivalents to name brand prescription to help you combat and fight this erectile dysfunction epidemic. We as men need our dicks rock hard and ready to fuck. Okay? These are prescriptions backed by science. There's no waiting room. There's no awkward in-person doctor visits. There's no lines. You're saving hours by going to forhims.com/H3. It's so easy. Sorry, it's H3ED. It's so easy. Answer a few quick questions and chat with a doctor for confidential review. Products are shipped directly to your door. Severe ED isn't just an issue for rich old guys in bathtubs. Why are they in bathtubs all the time? It affects men in their 30s and their 40s. Doing whatever you do. I don't take a bath. I haven't taken a bath since I was 5. Being your best means performing your best. It's erectile without the dysfunction, folks. Made hard. Stay hard. Say hello to your little friend by going to forhims, FORHIMS.com/H3. H3ED. And today you can try a month's supply for just $5. We'll get you started for just $5 while supplies last. So see the website for all details. This would usually cost you hundreds of bucks if you went to the doctor or the pharmacy. That's forhims.com/H3ED. Get your dick rock fucking hard. Welcome back, everybody. We're here with Ian the Intern, who has prepared with us another of his classic PowerPoint presentations. Thank you so much, Ian, for taking the time to put that together for us. How are you?
I'm doing good. I've been working on this a long day.
It's your life's work, you should say. It's the culmination of your life's work.
The culmination of a full 24 hours, for sure.
You are a Kanye mega fan, is that correct to say?
Yeah. I'd probably say top 100.
Top 100 fans in the world?
I'd say so.
That's
wow.
So if anyone disputes that, try me.
So the only way you could be a bigger fan is kind of by stalking him and waiting outside his house and attempting to murder him.
And wearing his skin.
Yeah, and wearing his skin.
The lampshade.
Okay, so you're just one step under a psychopathic murderer.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good.
Yeah.
Now, what is
Do you
it
think
about?
you're a sociopath?
We shouldn't get into that.
Yeah, now it's not the time or place. Hila's a therapist spying on you.
You got to give me the side look.
Yeah. Now tell me, what is it about Kanye that intrigues you? Well, let me say, are you fans of anyone else, or is Kanye like he's your guy?
There's a lot of people I like, but he's definitely
he's your guy.
Yeah.
And what is it about Kanye that you love so much that intrigues you?
He's probably the only person in pop culture that I get close to saying like role model.
He's a role model. What are the attributes that you look up to of his?
Like how his blatant honesty that gets him in a lot of trouble, but he feels like one of the only authentic people. Like everything he thinks, even though, some of it is stupid, he doesn't hesitate to let you know all of his flaws or all of his issues, and that's more relatable to me than everyone else.
He's authentic. That's what you like.
Yeah, definitely. And we see all the faults and the cracks and all of that.
Interesting.
And it's like, everyone's like that. But he's like one of the few that's brave enough to be like, yeah, this is how I am, and I'm kind of,
And you're a fan of his music, obviously.
Yeah. No, he's great.
He's your favorite musician as well as artist.
Yeah. I love his music.
Have you seen his sex tape? Wait, he never made a video. Oh, have you seen
confusing
Kim
him with Ray J.
Kardashian's sex tape?
Yeah.
What do you think about it? Any good?
It's not good.
It's not that good. Yeah, it's not. All these celebrity sex tapes are so underrated. It's like, do you think that they intentionally released that, right?
It's like not quite sure.
But it's true that sex tape was kind of what put her on the map, right?
It definitely helped before that, and then she was really close with Paris Hilton and was running around in those circles and stuff.
I think I saw on Pornhub that the Kim Kardashian sex tape has like over 100 million views or something crazy.
Yeah, no, it's like massive on there.
It's pretty wild. Okay.
You've seen it?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen it.
I mean, you're not missing much. Yeah. It's a lot of like dude POV, right?
Yeah, it's bad.
Bad angles. You just can't really enjoy the show, as they say. How many times have you watched it? More than one?
Not often. Just
not
like
often. Every once in a while.
No, not even recently.
Like multiple times?
Well, now I respect Kim and the family.
You don't watch it anymore.
No.
But before, how many times have you seen it? More than 5 times or less than 5 times?
Less.
Be honest.
Honestly, I'd say less. I would tell you truthfully.
Like 3, 4.
What do you like 4.5?
And so, yeah, well, obviously halves. I mean, you have to be crazy to watch the whole thing. And are you a fan of Kim Kardashian as much as Kanye?
Not as nowhere near, but I've come to like her through Kanye.
Do you see what he finds in her? Like,
Yeah.
What is it that he finds in her? I'm curious.
I'm
really curious.
Well, that's another. Both of these people are so hated, like vitriolic, like fury,
right?
And I think it's a little unnecessary. She's like everything she just did, getting that woman out of prison.
That was very cool.
And she's actively. It's weird. There's pictures of her. She's going to the White House now, kind of semi-regularly,
just hanging out
and trying to. She has a whole list.
Trump's trying to fuck her.
Oh yeah,
definitely. All right. All right, let's get started into the what is this Kanye versus the world? What are we calling this?
Kanye decoded.
Kanye decoded. Wow.
Yeah,
Hey,
we'll
take
jump
my
in.
hand
Okay.
and lead me in.
Go right in. So, Jobs, Ford, Edison,
Okay.
Disney,
I see where this is going.
Einstein, Picasso.
How many of these? How many had? how many of these we
Please,
got?
I'm in the middle of something here. Shakespeare,
Andy Warhol.
Warhol. Thank you. I forgot for a second.
Who's
Von
that?
Schweetz.
What the fuck? Dora the Explorer.
Von Schweetz, apparently.
Vanellope von
We're off to a
Schweetz.
strong start here, Ian.
Da Vinci. Hughes. Phelps.
Did you rehearse this?
Socrates. I'm getting to a thing. Tesla.
Oh,
Michelangelo.
there's a third row.
Oh my God, Ian.
Hawking.
Are you trolling me? Is there a presentation, or is it just saying?
We're getting there. Okay. Beethoven.
Yeah.
Jackson. Buddy.
The elf, not Will Ferrell. The elf.
Buddy. West.
Thank God.
Ooh.
Are you with me so far?
I think so. What is it you're trying to say here?
Ah, a great mind.
These are all people Kanye has compared himself to.
Really?
Oh.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. So you had a thing here.
Nice.
Yeah, there's reason behind the madness.
Okay. So Ian, I shouldn't have doubted you.
Yeah.
So the elf. What did he? Who was that? A Disney.
Yeah.
character?
Oh, Von Schweetz.
Yeah.
Who's
How
that?
did he compare himself to Von Schweetz?
He said, because if you've seen Wreck-It Ralph,
Yes.
she's the glitch.
Mm-hmm.
Kanye says, I'm the glitch.
He's the glitch. We're gonna decode that right now.
Yeah, and that is what we're trying to do.
To the Matrix.
Kanye decoded the enigma of political affiliation.
Mm,
A lot of people are upset about, this guy's recent activities.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It kind of kicked off a few weeks ago. He announced his new album, Yandi.
Mm.
He said it was coming out September 29th. Yandi is Kanye and Gandhi.
Oh.
Wow, that's not a bold claim.
And here's the album cover. It's similar to his album from 2013, Yeezus.
Mm.
So this is the...
Now
Yandi.
he's making a play on words that he's some kind of savior, but does he actually believe that? Because he has manic states. Does he believe he is Jesus?
Probably in those states, gets close. Especially recently. He's on this whole love thing that
Yeah.
I'll talk about.
Interesting.
But so he releases this September 29th, and then I gave it a little spin there.
Very nice.
SNL announced that he would be the host on the 29th, or he'd be the musical guest. So everyone assumed, okay, he's going to come. He's going to play some new songs. The album will come out. So first song, I'm sure you saw this performance.
I did.
I love it.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's catchy. Lil Pump.
Stuck in my head.
Song 1, We're Having Fun.
Yeah.
We're having fun out here. Song 2, So Cool. So cool.
Are those your?
I think those are Ian's summaries of that experience.
Yeah, that's my review.
Yeah.
Came out, played a song called We Got Love. It's great.
Very cool.
Song 3, Liberals Can't Control Me. Takes a turn.
Hold on.
Takes a turn, and
Hang on.
people weren't quite happy about it. He launched into a speech at the end of, he was playing Ghost Town, and then NBC cut the stream.
Wow, they cut him off?
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this.
And some people are saying, oh, it was just because they ran out of time, but it was right before he launched into his speech, and someone recorded it who was backstage.
Oh, they cut it. It never got aired.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Wow.
All right.
here's a recording from one of his main producers who was backstage.
Try love, try love, try love. You see, they laughing at me. You heard them, they scream at me. They bully me. They bullied me backstage. They said, don't go out there with that hat on. They bullied me backstage. They bullied me.
One Trump fan in the audience.
And then they say, I'm in a sunken place.
You can see the
You wanna
cast
see a
laughing in the
sunken place?
background.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to y'all now. Or I'm gonna put my Superman cape on. Because this means you can't tell me what to do. Follow your heart and stop following your mind. That's how we're controlled. That's how we're programmed. If you want the world to move forward, try love. Thank y'all for giving me this platform. I know
They
some
did
of
it.
y'all don't agree.
Yeah.
They cut his ass out.
That man neck a lot.
Yeah,
And
he
I
was
don't think
off
it's
air
actually
at this
that
point.
helpful.
He's killing it, though. I like what he's
universe
saying.
has balance. 90% of news are liberal.
Well, that can't be true.
Yeah.
90% of TV, LA, New York, writers, rappers, musicians. So it's easy to make it seem like it's so one-sided. And
They're just stuck up there.
Yeah, they kind of held him hostage a little bit.
I thought this country said I could be me.
Also, they're very anti-Trump, so he's kind of bitching them out, too.
I love me too.
Yeah.
I love me, too.
And I love y'all too, so bring the band back.
So that's about it.
You know what? I thought that was a beautiful, authentic, tender moment, and it's a real goddamn shame they cut him off like that.
It kind of gives you context to why he's wearing this hat.
Right.
Kind of feel like they should have kept it in.
It's not really... I mean, it is obviously very provocative, but I understand, I appreciate the point he's trying to make of, like, stepping across the aisle and seeing people as people and not... Because it's so easy from the left or right to just demonize. And that's what they do. Because I watch a lot of left-wing media, like Jimmy Kimmel and the Stephen Colberts and all these guys, and they're just... They talk about... And Bill Maher, they talk about the other side like they're just monsters. You know,
Bill Maher is the only one that actually will have a conversation with the other side pretty frequently, but like Jimmy Kimmel treats them like they're monsters.
Yeah.
It's
So I appreciate the sentiment.
Yeah, and there was another part, I don't know where it went, but where he said, like, you guys kind of go at Trump like a little too hard and it's nonstop and it doesn't really help anything.
Yeah.
So he told him as well, like,
I love how he's like, thank you for a platform. And they're like, dude, we pulled the plug 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, they're like, we got to get this guy out of here.
Oh, man. I feel bad. Well, I'm glad that somebody recorded it.
Yeah.
And how have people reacted to that clip?
Not great.
Not great.
No. There's another one that everyone saw first. Chris Rock was in the audience and he was filming it and he's just laughing. And
Wait, Chris Rock filmed it? What a weird twist.
Yeah, on his Instagram story. And you could hear him chuckling and being like, oh my God.
Right. Well, what do you expect? This Kanye West.
Yeah, you know, it's weird that he would have that reaction.
Who's surprised?
Yeah.
But also, I find it a little bit rude and condescending to laugh at a guy who's trying to express himself authentically.
Yeah.
It's like, listen to the guy. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of the point that he's making, because he's wearing that hat, he's immediately labeled like a joke.
And it's like, why can't anyone wear... Like, 50% of the country, apparently, supports Donald Trump and rocks that hat. So why is it like that when you wear that hat, it's like wearing a swastika or some shit? It's like, those are your neighbors.
Yeah. The hat it's getting such like a visceral, immediate response from people, and then they don't want to dig deeper.
But again, I'm sure I feel like I'm maybe supporting that too much, because then there's a lot of people like, well, I'm not saying one way or the other. I appreciate the act of trying to reconcile these very fractured country that we live in.
I mean, I had that immediate reaction when I saw him with the hat on the show. I was like, ugh, why are you wearing that? Like, that was my first reaction.
But it's all just like, we're all so sick of politics too. It's like, just fucking make music and entertain us.
Because there's also people that are like, oh, well, he's only doing that because he doesn't really care. He's in the headlines again. And then,
I don't believe that.
Yeah, because he kept doing it after his last album came out.
He's getting a lot of shit for it too.
Yeah. So the day after that, then he posts his photo.
That's such a funny picture.
On Instagram. And the caption, "This represents good and America becoming whole again. We will no longer outsource to other countries. We build factories here in America and create jobs. We'll provide jobs for all who are free from prisons as we abolish the 13th Amendment. Message sent with love."
I'm not sure that Trump said anything about
peace and love,
freeing people from prison.
Yeah, and then this got him in some trouble because
this is less about. This is more political. This is like I support Donald Trump.
Yeah, and then he said abolish the 13th Amendment, which is the one that
the whole
ended slavery. Yeah. But then there's like a section of that says except for people in prisons.
Yeah.
And he later said, I meant the word amended.
It's like, bro, you gotta clarify that. Like that. Come on, you gotta know that doesn't come off good.
Yeah,
with a MAGA hat.
Yeah, and I think he's still trying to be like this. I'm
a lot of
reaching across.
people, a lot of people pointed out that like the MAGA hat has a label that says "Made in China," and so it's like if you want to start a movement.
Well, you know, there's this great clip of when Donald was running for the Republican nominee.
Yeah.
He went on Jimmy Kimmel. It was so great. And Kimmel had a bunch of Trump ties
And they were
with the
all
label
made in
China.
China.
You know.
Yeah. So then the response to this, here's a couple reactions.
Chris Evans.
Captain America.
Big names. Captain America come with a lot of likes.
He jumped in.
600,000 likes.
Yeah. So his response, there's nothing more maddening than debating someone who doesn't know history, doesn't read books, and frames their myopia as virtue. The level of unapologetic conjecture I've encountered lately isn't just frustrating, it's retrogressive, unprecedented, and absolutely terrifying.
That got 600,000 likes. I don't think people even understood
I don't
what he just said.
understand.
Like, he tried way too hard to sound smart there.
He went all in. He got the Websters out.
Dude, that was straight up sponsored by thesaurus.com.
Yeah.
Seriously, 600,000 people slammed that? I mean, that's just such. I mean,
Yeah. And then Lana Del Rey commented. This one had like, on his right under his photo, this one had like 30,000 likes.
By the way, I want to say once again for the record, I'm not supporting in favor of Donald Trump. And in fact, I want to say he definitely made it too political at that point.
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
Because then again, it's like, oh, we're talking about bringing. It's like, I like the gesture of healing the divide.
Yeah.
But then he made it political and using these talking points, and so I understand the backlash at that point.
Should have kept it pure about the
Pure.
Just
You got to stick
about
to one
love,
point.
like he was
Pure, yeah.
where he started.
I like it where he's like, don't scapegoat me just because I like this guy, along with 50% of the America. But now you got Chris Evans going to thesaurus.com and writing a dissertation, a thesis, a doctoral on it.
Dr. America.
I cannot believe 600,000 people pretended to understand what he just wrote.
I can.
You can understand.
I know I can believe that.
There's nothing more maddening than debating someone who doesn't know history, doesn't read books, and frames their myopia as virtue. What? The level of unapologetic conjecture. What the fuck, dude? Just say what you mean. Like, why are you writing an essay on Twitter? The level of unapologetic conjecture I've encountered lately isn't just frustrating. It's retrogressive, unprecedented, and dude.
Especially when you're gonna like criticize Kanye for not being educated, then you come up with the fancy words.
I dare you to whip out the dictionary and decode this tweet. Such a pompous, like just fucking say what you want to say, dude. You don't like what the guy says. You think he's uneducated, and you know.
Yeah, he definitely went a little overboard. And then Lana Del Rey, Trump becoming our president was a loss for the country, but your support of him is a loss for the culture. I can only assume you relate to his personality on some level, delusions of grandeur, extreme issues with narcissism, none of which would be a talking point if we weren't speaking about the man leading our country. If you think it's all right to support someone who believes it's okay to grab a woman by the pussy just because he's famous, then you need an intervention as much as he does. Something so many narcissists will never get because there just isn't enough help for the issue. Message sent with concern that will never be addressed. So
that's real beef.
That's beef. She performed at his wedding.
Well,
really?
Shit.
Yeah.
So tell me, how do you feel about what Kanye said as a fan and a student of his?
I think that he's going about it the completely wrong way.
Right.
And I see what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get, like, I think people are in shock because I was looking up, like, what celebrities actually endorse Trump. And it's a real row of characters.
Yeah, it's not the best competitors.
Yeah. He's, like, far and away the most relevant entertainer to ever.
What was the other one? Like
That.
Meatloaf and shit like that. Yeah.
It's like Meatloaf. The first one was Roseanne. That was the first one that popped up.
Oh, sorry, one sec.
I thought the bitch was white!
Yeah. And like Hulk Hogan, you know. So
yeah.
I think people can't believe because no one else is even getting close to that conversation who is popular. And,
Right, sure.
Yeah.
So, and then the last one was from Questlove. He said, you know, we aren't even typing his name. I find it strange he isn't trending, yet we are all typing the same thing. For all that he's canceled talk, there was an ounce of hope in our souls tonight. But all we got was, well, I'm kind of sad, man. That was about the SNL performance.
Mm-hmm.
So all three of those guys jumped in, and then Snoop
went in for the kill.
This guy named DJ Pooh reposted the photo and said, MAGA music ain't getting attention. So he's saying he's kind of promo.
Sure.
And then Snoop in the comments, make your music again.
Bleep. N-word.
Yeah.
With a A
Make your
at the
music
end.
great again.
Yeah.
N-word.
Yeah.
With an A at the end.
And then he called him Uncle Tom.
Now, Uncle Tom, for those of you who don't know, because Ela didn't know what that is.
I didn't know.
There was a book, I don't remember what it was called, right, but a fictional character.
It was called Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Oh, yeah, Uncle Tom's Cabin. A black man that owns slaves. So he's betraying his own kind, in other words.
Yeah, so he said that. And here was a earlier post from him.
What the fuck?
This was from when Kanye first put the hat on. He said, the new Kanye, well, all white now, way to go, dude. And edited him, you know. So he's been mad at Kanye for a while.
Sure.
After this one on the left, then Kanye went out and wore a picture of Snoop Dogg on his shirt. And then immediately Snoop Dogg posted it and said, forgiveness is everything. So he won him over kind of easily.
And then, like, yeah, Kanye. And then I love how Snoop was like, you Uncle Tom, which is kind of like the worst thing you could say to another black. I mean, that is like a lot of hate.
I don't know.
Right. And then he just wears the shirt.
While still having the MAGA hat on.
Yeah.
But again, it's great. That's what he's trying to do. But
Yeah.
I think Kanye beautifully disarmed that situation.
Yeah, and it worked.
Yeah, it worked. But I was like, so who's forgiving who in that scenario? You know what I mean? Snoop?
I guess Snoop
Everyone's
is forgiving Kanye
just because he wore the shirt.
he acknowledged him. Because that's, you know.
I'm going to have to use that. Who have I wronged? I'm going to start wearing this shirt.
Yeah, it's a move. That's a move for sure. And then Trump tweeted after the SNL performance, like many.
Of course.
You have a Trump? You had one last week. The Trump.
Like many. No, I'm not,
Let's
I'm not
not
going to
do
torture
that.
it.
Nope.
Like, I can do my best as Stephen Colbert doing Trump.
Yeah, that's too
Nobody
much.
wants that.
Like many, I don't watch Saturday Night Live.
Do you have a Trump?
No, not a good one.
Like many.
I mean, it's all.
I
you
don't.
do
Yeah,
okay.
it's just this. It's okay. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, we get it.
Please go ahead.
Like many, I don't watch Saturday Night Live, even though I past hosted it. No longer funny, no talent or charm. It is just a political ad for the Dems. Word is that Kanye West, who put on a MAGA hat after the show, despite being told no, was great. He's leading the charge.
Very cool, Kanye. in other
Very
words.
cool. So everyone's kind of going, but why? Why is he doing this? Why is he just, tanking his legacy like this?
Did you make this photo?
No,
Okay.
I can't. It's a good edit, so you got to go back to 2013. This isn't the first time he's done this. A lot of people kind of forgot. He put out his album Yeezus in June of 2013, and then he put out all of the merch. And all of the merch was covered in the Confederate flag.
Wow, that's pretty racy.
Yeah.
Literally.
And so that was a huge thing at the time then.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. And
I don't think we were following Kanye so closely.
Why does he look like a midget? Oh.
Kind of like until we met Ian.
I'm not supposed to be a midget, I guess. Ain't either.
Yeah, so a bunch of the merch had it. A lot of people were upset. And here's a clip of him in 2013 explaining why he wore the Confederate flag merch.
The tour merch, I read, which I thought was kind of like, but I feel like people just want to find something to get.
Yeah.
They just want to get all riled up about something.
Yeah.
But it was about the tour merch and the Confederate flags and the skeleton imagery and things like that. I mean, do you think people are overreacting with this?
React how you want. Like I said,
it's making them react, I guess, right?
Any energy you got is good energy. The Confederate flag represented slavery in a way. The way my abstract, that's my abstract take on what I know about it, right? So I made the song New Slaves. So I took the Confederate flag and made it my flag. It's my flag now. Now
Cool.
what you gonna do?
I like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great. That's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this was the day before the SNL performance where he was explaining the MAGA hat.
But it's my hat. I redesigned it. I changed the brim. Changed the shape right here. And I put positive energy into the hat.
So that's what he said about it there.
Yeah, but he fucked it up when he started talking about political points.
Yeah, that's definitely where it's getting
He
muddled.
fucked that up.
Yeah. I think he started with this idea, and then a bunch of sort of right-leaning people in media started reaching out to him, and he started taking meetings with them. And I think then
they got in his brain.
He got some
polluted.
Yeah, he got some talking points from them, and
See, there you go. He's becoming what he hates, kind of. Isn't it true?
I think that he really. I don't think there's any maliciousness.
No, I know, but he's becoming
he's
almost a pawn to the, whatever. What the fuck do I know?
No, it's kind of like,
right. I mean,
people
if they're
that-
whispering in his ear and he's coming out
Yeah.
talking about, bringing jobs back or whatever. Not that that's a bad thing, but it is a talking point.
Yeah. And then, let's see. So that was from that thing. He's wearing a Make America Great Again hat, and then his sweatshirt is Colin Kaepernick. He keeps trying to do this duality
Both sides.
thing.
Got it.
These are all the people he follows on Twitter. It's like Bernie Sanders, Trump.
Elon Musk.
And then he followed those two at the same exact time, Bernie and Trump. And then he followed Candace Owens, who is a Republican media personality, and Emma Gonzalez, who is she was leading that anti-gun.
Right, yeah.
He followed them at the exact same time, too.
Exact same time.
Yeah, it's like immediate. So he's trying to create.
He's making everything a statement.
Yeah.
Only 8 followers.
Yeah, it's an exclusive club.
Interesting.
Someday.
Wouldn't you give to
9.
be in that club? Yeah.
Who is your opposite match?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want
We'll have
dig
to
into-
find a nemesis for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a tweet. I haven't done enough research on conservatives to call myself or be called one. I'm just refusing to be enslaved by monolithic thought.
All right.
It's more of just him saying, the hat it's not about policies. I'm not a politician like that. It represents overcoming fear and doing what you felt no matter what anyone said. You can't bully me. Liberals can't bully me. News can't bully me. The hip hop community can't bully me. And here's Kim saying, we would talk about policies and he doesn't agree with the policies. He likes his personality and how he made it to be president when everyone really underestimated him, essentially.
All right.
And then
He
this-
likes the dragon energy.
Yeah. And here's one of his good friends after the performance. He has never said he agrees with Trump's policies, just the fact that no one would have thought Trump would be president, meaning he did the unbelievable, and that's the connection only. Him wearing the hat is his choice, and he feels he's stripping the power of hate that people give that hat by wearing it. He wants to love all no matter how they speak of him or whatever we don't agree with, because that's how God works. God loves all.
I mean, if he was trying to strip the power of hate that people give it by wearing it, he's never said that.
No, not well. He said he put like positive energy into the hat, but what does that mean, really?
Well, it means.
It's like diamond water. They run it through.
But when asked about the
through energy.
Yeah, he washed it in diamond water. But when asked about the Confederate flag, he gave a very straightforward explanation. He said, "This represents slavery, and now it's mine."
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Okay. God bless. God loves all.
And then here's a quick clip. He was asked about if he liked why he is showing support for Trump. Oh, wait, where'd it go? There we go.
So maybe that's what you like the idea of.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the idea of Donald Trump, but the idea of an outsider infiltrating.
Yeah, I like that it showed you that anything is possible. It shows you that it doesn't, even like Virgil working at Louis Vuitton, Trump being in office, it's a time for the unconventional. I'm not a traditional thinker. I'm a nonconformist. So that relates to the nonconformist part of me. Now, but I'm a producer. I like to segue things. I like to take Otis, chop it up, do it like this. So what's the yay version? The yay version would be the Trump campaign and maybe the Bernie Sanders principles. That would be my mix and stuff. But I think both had, are needed.
So that's
there you go.
So I don't know where he is with his thoughts on politics.
Okay.
But
there you go.
So really,
Yeah.
the question was like, can you turn this into something positive?
Sure.
I don't personally. I don't think so.
And
It's
you as
just too charged. Like you can't. In a way, like it's hard to just say I just like Trump because he made it against all odds, without acknowledging everything that he stands for.
Well, I also recall him saying that he redesigned the hat.
Yeah.
He has a Yeezy version of the Make America Great Again hat that he wears. And I think that's fantastic that he made his own hat there.
Yeah, he changed the brim, changed the thing.
Yeah. It doesn't look better, I have to say. He looks a little goofy when the hat fit, like if you recall the picture on Instagram, that's like a total goof angle.
Yeah.
Well, at any rate, Kanye, he's out there, he's doing his thing, he's authentic. Ian, you as a fan, you love him against all odds forever. So what if you could say anything to Kanye right now, what would you tell him? Kanye's right here. What do you say?
I'd probably say, well, first, I think that I appreciate what he's trying to do.
Yes.
But it's like a Sisyphus task. He's like rolling a boulder.
What are you,
up a
Chris
hill.
Evans?
Yeah, I got the thesaurus out. It's like, and I saw some people going, well, like the swastika used to be a symbol of peace, and then they changed it to make it a different thing. But it's not. Once that happens, you can't bring it back.
You can't take the Hitler mustache back.
Yeah, I said it's like it's easier to poison the well than to like purify the water. So,
wow,
that's my thinking.
Interesting.
If he wants to use the hat, I think he has to redesign it a little further.
Yeah, I agree.
And stay out of the
get
political talking points.
What he was saying is trying to remix these ideas, but he didn't change the hat enough. Like,
Yeah.
well, he
This is
just changed
actually,
the fit. It looks exactly
my
the same.
pitch. I've got a pitch. This isn't the redesigned one, but you've got, the Democrats are typically blue, Republicans are red. The Trump hat is very red. Blue and red combined,
purple. There it is.
Purple.
Make America Great Again. That's a brilliant idea, Ian.
You change it to purple
Ian's
because
got good ideas.
Just a plain hat? What's the graphic?
Well, with Make America Great Again, right?
Well, then you change the slogan as well. I looked it up. I went to the meanings of colors, and I was.
Whoa.
I was
Saw you
digging
preparing.
into it.
I was like, what the hell? Okay.
Violet, the color of spirituality, the energy of red with the calm.
Who
of blue.
Who decides what color means?
A lot of these are marketing companies. Because color plays very heavily into
Oh,
that.
okay. This is like, got it.
A color that inspires reflection and self-awareness. It is the color of the sensitive, compassionate, intuitive soul. Violet has long been associated with royalty and characteristics of quality and luxury.
Wow.
Now, if you go back to his album cover, the sticker on it was violet.
Yes. You think he's onto this already?
No, but I'm trying to lead.
Dude, that Kanye, I think you got to keep the Make America Great Again, because then you have both colors, the same meaning. If you go away from the phrase, it becomes something too different. Combine them, Kanye, who is listening for sure.
Obviously.
Listen to Ian. He's got great advice.
I think, or the slogan, I think you could it could go both ways, but I think the color would be a good change. Maybe Make America Great. Because it wasn't,
Not again.
Not everyone, it wasn't great for all people at any point.
Yeah.
And Kanye, he has this whole thing. He's always talking about, oh, we teach history class. Why don't we teach future class?
Right.
That's his whole thing. So look forward.
Let's make it great.
Make America great.
Let's stop looking
Is
back.
that not Will I Am? That's Kanye.
Yeah, maybe both.
That's a diss.
Maybe took a little from him. Make America unified.
Yeah.
Combination.
Okay.
Or Make America love.
Okay, that's a little corny, Ian.
All right, I don't know.
A little corny. Come here, Barry.
Well, I wanted to appease all the people out there, and I like the great.
Kanye is out.
Kanye just closed the stream.
He's out. He's closed the stream.
Make America Great. I do like that one.
Okay.
I think so. Change the color, change the brim, all that.
Everybody tweet to Kanye. Let him know. I think we got
Yeah.
ideas here.
If he did that, then maybe I'd buy one.
And do you think that if Kanye adopted your idea from the show, would they give you back membership to the Kanye forum that you were banned from?
Didn't you already get it back?
Well,
No, I don't think he did.
No?
Or did you get
I'm-
rebanned?
I'm back, but they don't know I'm there.
Oh, you have a new account.
Yeah.
But they couldn't know who's you.
I'm high, and they're on to me.
That's a weird game you roll with.
Someone commented the other day, and they were like, the way you type makes it seem like you've been here a lot longer than your registration date."
They all know each other, huh?
Yeah.
Community is weird.
How many active members does that community have?
Well, there's like 10,000 people on there, but then there's really heavy people on.
And you're heavy.
Yeah.
How many hours a day are you on that?
Well, not as much now because if I use it at home, they'll trace my IP.
Oh my God, Ian. All right.
I'm in deep.
Yeah,
you
clearly.
know, the hat should say unban Ian from the forum. I think.
That's funny. We got to make one of those.
Anyways,
the end. Well, thank
that's
you
it. The end.
for decoding
Thank you.
Kanye. Rest in peace to Mac Miller. I see you're repping that there on your hoodie.
Yes. Rest in peace.
And Ian, thank you so much for your presentation. We wish
Thank
you all the
you.
best. You can
Best
leave now.
wishes.
Thank you so much. We all love Ian.
We've been waiting for you.
Thank you very much, Ian. All right. So there you guys have it. The Kanye West decoded. What do you take away from that, Hila? What do you think?
Ian is always making me like see the good in Kanye that maybe I didn't see before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Ian, he's a good kid. He's got a strong head on his shoulders. So I generally, he's got good ideas.
Yeah.
So when he says that Kanye is his favorite person in the world, I listen, right? And I'm
Right.
like, what's going on there? I actually started listening to his new album because of
Yeah.
Ian's endorsement. And I got to say, there's a lot of
The
great,
Kid Cudi
yeah,
one.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff there. So let's make America love again.
And it's tough too. Like I said, when I saw him with the hat, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, why? But when you look more into it, I see what he's trying to do.
I see. God bless him. Hey, God bless Ian. All right, well, let's get into speaking of conservatives. Papa John is a prominent conservative. Did you know that? And he is currently under a huge criminal conspiracy by the Clintons and George Soros to remove him from his pizza empire. Can we close this?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot that that's me.
Papa John has showed up to court today.
What is it?
I think you just got to close that window there in the top right.
There we go.
There's like, okay, there you go. Papa John showed up in court today to testify in his lawsuit, Papa John v. Papa John. And he gave testimony. He asked for documents. There's a lot of big updates I'd like to share with you guys.
Papa John is suing Papa John's.
Yeah, as the story unfolds. We've got a video here. Here we go.
Mr. Schnatter is set to begin testifying
Schnatter.
any
Why do they
moment
keep
now.
saying
As
his
you mentioned,
name wrong. It's Shatner.
No, it's Schnatter.
I know, but
Oh.
Papa John Shatner is way funnier.
Yeah.
Schnatter.
You should change it.
Yeah, you should
the
change
founder, former CEO, and former chairman of the board is seeking documents related to his ouster as chairman earlier in the summer. Mr. Schnatter said he's feeling good this morning
Holy,
ahead of his
very low.
testimony. Here's what else he had to say to us. What's your message to shareholders?
He's so funny. You guys remember the Papa's in the house where he had the lav on?
Yeah.
And he didn't know that you could hear him. He was going,
Papa's in the house!
That's it. So he did it here a little bit. You can hear him going,
Same message we have for 34 years. You know, we always act in their best interest.
What's your end goal here? Do you want to...
better interest, better pizza, better ingredients. Papa John's. Always in their best interest. The quality's low because of this virtual desktop, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Although it should be yours, not mine. Well, we'll figure it out later.
Return to the company in a leadership position?
I don't want to be in the CEO position for sure, but I definitely want to be part of the company, and I am part of the company.
I am part of the company. What's the name of the company? What's the name of the company? Papa John's. And who's the Papa?
Steve.
No! He's actually suing the company and Steve.
He was gonna fire Steve. Did you know that?
Oh shit! There's the pizza drama.
He was
is
gonna
so
fire
good.
Steve, and now he's the CEO.
Oh, the pizza drama is so good. I'm telling you, they should rename the company to Papa Steve's and
They
start putting
kinda
Steve
need
on the
to.
pizza boxes.
No one's gonna buy that.
Steve, my faithful employee. One day, I plan to fire you. Stevie, I was going to let you go. We were going to part ways. And now, you've taken everything from me, Stevie. You've taken the marinara. You've taken the fresh 100% mozzarella. You've taken it all. And now you're changing the name to Papa Stevie. All I want is better pizza, better ingredients. And now, Stevie, my faithful colleague, you come to me and you say you are the Papa. You broke my heart, Stevie. You broke my heart. Never go against the family. And now I sit in court next to you, Stevie, my colleague, my friend. And you sit and you look me in the eyes and you say, this pizza empire that I built with my hands. You take the mozzarella, the marinara. I kneaded the dough with my own hands, Stevie. And you sit across from me in court today and you say, Papa Stevie's. All I want for Papa John's is for the shareholders to make money. Better pizza. And now my son Bowie's a slow boy. My son Bowie doesn't have much prospects. He's got no prospects. Stevie, you take his pizza empire.
Listen to this. This is a real Godfather tale. Better interests, better pizza. I am part of Papa John. Here's part 2. You can go ahead and... I feel like the music accompanies the whole thing. This is all a huge betrayal. Yeah. Here we go. Hit me with it. Don't you fucking lag out on me now. We've got internet, right?
John Schnatter has actually just wrapped up his testimony. We are awaiting his and his team's exit from the courthouse. This is one of 2 lawsuits that he's filed against the company. I hear he is just coming out right
Papa
now.
John
and if we get any
sues
comments from
Papa
him, we'll
John.
bring those to you.
It is.
Schnatter's seeking 17 different categories of documents that are related to his ouster as chairman of the board. Today, he really appeared calm and reserved. That's in stark contrast to public comments that he's made and also statements he's put out on his website, SavePapaJohns.com. He says he feels the company didn't properly protect him as founder after a Forbes report revealed that he'd used a racial slur on a conference call. He also maintains he was
Not a
quoting
kind
that
drawing.
word, not using it as a racial epithet, and that reports in the media mischaracterized what actually happened. Mr. Schnatter today also spoke of an intuition, a sixth sense, a gut
pizza
feeling
sense.
that something may have been going on with the
Something's
company and the board.
going
That's why
on.
he's
A
trying to
conspiracy.
seek documents that go back to October 31st.
I don't
That's
think
the
that
day
works in
before
court.
he made those now,
Oh,
infamous
you?
comments
Are you a
about
lawyer?
the NFL and his leadership. He
Intuition.
says he doesn't know if the board's actions amount to a coup, a conspiracy, or perhaps they
I
are
love
just
it.
acting
A
in the
coup
best interest
or
of the
a
company. But he wants to
conspiracy.
obtain these documents to try and figure out really what happened here.
What
I
is
also
going
spoke to
on?
a source close to the company that said that John seemed a bit confused today about what documents he was asking for. That is troubling because he is a director.
I just
of
want
the
the
company.
I just
He
want the
remains on board. He should
marinara
have been
recipe.
a bit clearer about what he actually needed, adding that the company really looks forward to moving past these statements and creating a better Papa John's, a better culture for the company.
Stevie?
Also, we should mention, guys, we
My
are several
trusted
weeks
colleague.
away from a decision. It was unclear today if the judge
All
will,
I ask
rule
is
from the bench, but
the
it looks like that did
recipe
not
for
happen.
my
So that's all we
marinara
have
sauce.
right now. And again, we're awaiting comments from John Schnatter.
And now
John Schnatter.
And now I must sue you.
I'm gonna play something else.
Fuck this shit. Stevie, my former colleague and best friend, my advisor, my concierge.
How do you call that? the advisor?
Consigliere? Consigliere?
Consigliere.
Stevie, my concierge.
Nailed it.
All I ask is to return the recipe of my marinara sauce and my patented trademarked mozzarella cheese recipe. At Papa John's, the mozzarella, it's designed to melt. It's designed to melt evenly over the pizza. That's the secret. That's the secret of the pizza pie. I know it was you, Stevie. You break my heart. And now, Stevie, I have to take you on a lake and execute you.
Listen to this shit. He requests 17 different documents, including the recipe of his marinara sauce. That's a joke, but 17 documents is real. The pizza senses were sensing a pizza conspiracy, a coup or a conspiracy. Papa speculated that foreign agents may be acting covertly to overthrow his pizza empire, possibly speculating that it was little seizures or possibly dominoes.
Dominoes.
I did write this, by the way. I spent time this morning writing it myself. Shares dominoes. Yes, Hila, thank you very much for acknowledging that. Dominoes. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Dominoes. Yes. Only a great mind such as mine could conceive of such an original joke. Shares of the company have fallen more than 31% over the last year, but the company's woes started long before Papa John was locked in a bitter battle. Since hitting an all-time high of 90 cents per share in December of 2016, Papa John's stock has lost nearly half of its value on disappointing same-store sales growth. On Monday, the stock was down more than 2%, last changing hands at around $50 a share. So they
were already going down.
This supports his pizza conspiracy, that the company was not doing well, and they wanted him off because he was...
Check out what I pulled up.
Hila pulled up something. He said he planned to fire current CEO Steve Ritchie, who knew his performance evaluation would be subpar. Wow. And now Stevie
is the new Papa.
Listen, on the night of December 26th, there will be a change of hands. The CEO, formerly known as Stevie Ritchie, will no longer control the east side. The Shatner family is moving in on the east side. We are going to control the marinara supply, the mozzarella supply, and the tomato supply. These boys, the Ritchie family, they're no good. They're untrustworthy. Their performance is subpar. And so it is my will as grandpapa, as the godpapa, that the CEO Ritchie shall be no more. And so on this day of December 26th, I say to you, Papa Ritchie, a kiss. I give him a kiss. Mwah! And I say to you, it's the kiss of fate. And this time-honored mozzarella, this award-winning marinara sauce to which I give to you, my son, Bo. The award-winning crust that I throw with my own hands. Do you understand? It's a pizza war. We're going to war.
Here's a twist. Here's a big twist. Within the proceedings, he was asked whether he had some settlements with some women. Shatner stated that he has confidentially agreements with at least 2 women, but didn't specify what those meant. The woman, 24 years old at the time, sued Schnatter, the big schnatty boy, Papa, in 1999, alleging that he'd sexually harassed her for months, repeatedly visiting her house and kissing her and groping her, according to court filing. Shatner has denied the allegations, and as they say, Papa is and will ever be in the house.
Is that sexual harassment? Is that what you just did when you said that to me?
So, it's an interesting twist of fate for Papa because he went to seek documents to try to prove that it was a pizza conspiracy.
Mhm.
But what he did is he unsealed other documents about him being in the house with an employee that he allegedly kissed and groped. Papa has denied the allegations. Do you think he uses lube when he has sex or marinara sauce?
Probably the bada.
You think he uses
The bada
garlic bada sauce? Yeah, he probably does, doesn't he? Oh my God!
Oh right,
Marlon
the bada-
Brando, though.
Yeah.
The Godfather. The guy that played the Godfather was famously in a butter scene where he used butter to lube up his cock to rape a girl
In a movie.
in a movie. So there you have that. Everything connects, folks. It's a small world after all.
Welcome to Papa's house.
As they say. So that's it. That's that. You know, what else we got? We got a Facebook leak.
Could skip it.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Facebook sucks. What's
What's
news?
new?
Fucking Mark Zuckerberg. Smoking meats.
I'm the meat chef.
Zuck is a potential sociopath. That guy acts like a computer emulating humans.
That's the thing. If you're gonna
I'm not a therapist, though. I'm just a fucking idiot.
Everyone becomes a sociopath.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I find it just a little irresponsible of a therapist. Because you're wielding trust. And like a doctor. I don't know if the therapists take oaths, but doctors take oaths. That's serious stuff. You know? Here, so this story cracks me up. This is amazing, amazing stuff. Dream cruise nightmare. 1,300 Indians partying from a tobacco company went on a cruise with 3,000 people in total. So half was from these Indian company and half was Australian people, or just not
Just
from the
regular
company, not from the
people
company.
vacationing.
And these guys just took over this cruise ship. They brought Playboy Playmates. They brought music. They brought their own food. And they just completely terrorized this cruise. And everybody was trapped on this cruise. And it was so bad that Royal Caribbean's had to refund everybody. But there's just hilarious footage of all this. And it was like a 24-hour nightmare. And this Australian station made this really hilarious, scoop. Very serious. They were very serious about it, you know, which I just was loving this whole thing. Cruise ruined by 1,300 men on a work bender. Here we go.
It was supposed to be the cruise of a lifetime, but these excited Aussie families
It was for them.
soon got a sinking feeling when they realised they were sharing the ship with 1,300 men on a work bender.
A work bender. Look at this shit. They turned this fucking family cruise into they set up a strip club. Can you believe this shit? These guys are the best. And they're all just out there with their phones out and shit. God, I love it. I love it. That a company was able to just ruin a whole cruise.
People are traumatized, they said.
Yeah.
Apparently, they kept their doors open,
Yep.
and you just walk by not knowing what you're gonna see.
Yep. Some fucking naked Indian dude with his nuts out. Love it. They're in the pool. They're dominating everything.
Oh, it was like a 1,300 men bucks night, pretty much.
There were just people everywhere.
When we didn't get our sail away party and it was taken over by them, that was the beginning of the end.
Disappointed. I'm sure there's other colourful words I could use.
When truck
Other
worker
colourful
Dan,
words I can
his
use.
dance teacher wife Cass, and their daughter Talia boarded the revamped
I love how they
Voyager
focus
of
on the
seas,
personal story of
along with
these
supermarket
people's
worker
weekend.
Christine and her hubby. They were all looking forward to their best cruise yet.
Every day it was getting closer. It was just the heartbeats pumping
If
out.
you
of my
needed a
chest. Just
reason
wanted
to not go
just
on
wanted to get them
cruises.
do it.
But
I know, just don't go on a cruise. I mean, guys, cruising is like the ocean version of zip lining.
It's so shitty.
They probably have zip lines on that cruise. Zip lines are so stupid, and I've never been on a cruise. I thought about it.
I have been once.
It's awful, right?
Yeah, it's
and every
awful.
time I hear someone was on a cruise, it sounds so bad. And the worst part about it is that you're in the middle. You cannot fucking escape that belt. Oh, I had a friend who went recently.
And you have this claustrophobic tiny room. So you can't even like go to your room to. If you're like
You
tired
can't
of
escape.
seeing people everywhere, you want to go to your room. It's tiny.
And don't even get me started on rogue waves.
What's that?
I'd like you to start.
Don't even get me started. Rogue waves, dude, are anomalies on the ocean. Okay.
Oh yeah, you're scared of waves.
Rogue waves, my dudes. It's when seemingly normal waves, there's a frequency when they can all, just by some fluke of statistics, where like 50 wavelengths can line up and make one mega wave out of the ocean out of random. And I'm not making that up. This is a well-observed phenomenon. Rogue waves. There's videos of it. I swear to God, go on Google and type rogue wave. In fact, Hila, why don't you do that and throw it on the screen?
What do you think I'm doing?
Pregnant ass Hila. I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's under you. It goes under your stuff.
Rogue waves, guys. Oh, this is stupid. Just wait. We got to go to videos. Oh, can I not click your screen?
Can you?
No.
Oh.
Oh, this is confusing. Go to videos.
Wait, which?
What is happening? Just click.
It's really
Oh, it's
lagging.
lagging. Okay. Here, do the second one. That one looks too like clickbaity.
They all do.
Yeah.
Porter joined
Oh, come on.
the middle class.
Why don't we have ad block, for Christ's sake? We're doing a show here.
Okay.
This is stupid.
Yeah, this is stupid.
All right, it's real. I'm telling you. Do some research. Go out there. Rogue waves. They're out there. And you think you're safely on the cruise. You think those 1,300 Indian men with their balls out in their hotel room with the door open is bad? Rogue waves, my dude.
I don't know. That doesn't.
Rogue waves.
to me.
All right, anyway, whatever.
I just think the cruise is
Do me a
shitty.
favor. Go open a clip of cruise ship on troubled sea. I'm telling you, this shit's amazing. Of like people getting like tossed around with furniture and shit. It's amazing. Yeah, you won't cut me dead on those boats, man. Apparently you can gamble though, and like there's prostitutes because it's legal. That sounds
I
debaucherous.
don't think on Royal Caribbean they have
Not on Royal
prostitutes.
Caribbean,
Yeah,
sure. Well,
definitely not.
Unless you're with 1,300 Indians from a tobacco company. It's on the
You
company.
can definitely gamble. You're right about that.
Imagine the company brought like prepaid prostitutes. And everyone's just taking a turn. What do we got here?
The lag is kind of tough.
There's no sound.
Yeah, I was just.
All right. Yeah, this is tough. This is a tough one. But imagine being on that. That's a rogue wave, my dudes. Watch out for that. All right. At any rate, where were we? We're watching this damn video. I'm getting off track here. We got important things to talk about, obviously, and let's stay on track. Skip ahead.
Morphed into Voyager of the Sleeves.
Oh,
Just putting more clothes on because they would just stare and make us feel really uncomfortable.
The family's got that
Just
sinking
staring at 'em.
feeling from the push-off.
Where we were seated on the pool deck, we were actually asked to move. We did because we thought these people were from Royal Caribbean, but they were actually from the private party asking us to move so they could set up their band.
So
we were
we
looking
thought,
forward to.
okay, they're setting up for the sail away party, but as it
I love
was,
how
they were
serious this
setting up
report
for
is. They're like, would you like to come into
rock and
our
roll band
newsroom
that
and
these,
sit down and
this
chat
group
about
had
this?
set up?
The sail away
Look at this
party
shit.
made room for these hijinks on the high seas as the pool deck
There's one guy
became
dancing.
a sweaty mass
Only
of
this guy.
gyrating bodies.
I've never seen so many mobile phones in my life.
Really?
Oh, dear God.
Yeah. Oh, no. Anyway, this feels dumb. But love it. I just love the idea of 1,300 Indian dudes.
Yeah, just taking over.
It's almost just like, why? I don't know. You got to love it. And this is, this is the top-notch content that you can come to expect here on the H3 Podcast Experience, okay? There's one clip here that I absolutely want to watch with you guys.
Now let's look at his verse.
And then we'll get to some fan submissions. Watch this. Pastor claims, I love this clip so much. I love these guys. He gets in front of his congregation. He says, if you do not give 10% of your whole income to the church, you are robbing God. Even if you are in debt. What do they call that? A tithe? A tilth? There's a saying. It's part of a tithe of being Catholic or Christian. You're supposed to donate 10% of your income to the church.
Really?
Man, ain't no fucking church worth that. Send me to hell. I'm keeping that 10%. I already paid fucking 50% to Uncle Sam. What does he do for me? Shit. You kidding me? 10%. Is that all it takes to get into heaven? 10%? Fuck it, I'll go to hell.
Person rob God? Yes, they will. He says, you're robbing me. What are you robbing me of? Tithes. Now, what is a tithe? A tithe is 10%. He says, you're robbing me of both tithes and offerings. The 10% is what God requires, and then the offerings, oftentimes they may require more than a 10%. Somebody says, I cannot live on that.
God cannot live on 10%. You understand?
That is so weird.
You say, but you don't know how much debt I have. Well, you may be deeply in debt and be in real trouble. It's going to be hard for you to believe, but I'm telling you, I've seen it over and over and over again. You want to get out of debt?
These people are not even listening.
Here's how you start. Start giving God 10% of your income. Well, there's no way I can do that. Just try it. Just try it.
I dare you.
Because here's his promise.
I like how he's like, you don't
He
believe me?
said, bring you all the tithes to the
Because it doesn't make
storehouse,
sense.
that there may be...
So there you have it. God cannot live on 10%.
That's so weird, because I've always, seen... if I would go to a synagogue when I was a kid with my mom, they would be like, can you donate anything? Anything is a blessing.
Yeah. You mean they have some
like $1.
Some humility. God cannot live without your 10%. Dear Jesus, I recently went out to lunch and I tipped my sweet server. I gave him 20%. Now, why don't I get 20%, Lord? Now, I don't care if you're broke, if you're missing a kidney, if you got cancer, if you can't pay your debt. Boy, I don't give a... God doesn't care. You can't live on 10%, but... Now, if you want to be good with Jesus, you best be giving me at least 10% of everything you earn, boy. Because let me tell you what. Ain't no 5% be buying me a private jet. Because I got to pray all over this country, boy. You think? I cannot save on 5%, people. And that's right here in the Bible. That's that tiff. A tiff. Oh, yes, Jesus, by help me, Lord. And how am I supposed to afford these little tiny crosses to mark the boys that I want to molest? Yes, Lord, I feel that 10%. Preach. If your kidney's failing, boy, give me that kidney. I'll sell it on the black market. That's 10%. You good with Jesus. You know? You need medicine to save your life? Give me some of that medicine. I'll sell it on the black market. 10%, boy. You feel me? Hey, get an amen. Amen, brother. Oh, you want me to give 10%? Shit, I'm with the church. I don't give 10%. Damn. I ain't give 10%. I am God. Now let me touch your kid's dick. Amen. Can I touch your kid's dick? Amen, brother. Jesus. Are you telling me that Jesus didn't touch at least one baby penis? At least one? I mean, come on.
All right.
You know Jesus at least look at a baby dick. Am I right? Can I get an amen? 10% back. I kid the Christians. I kid them. They're good people.
Let's go into the fence.
There's one other one. Eva's like, oh. I kid the Christians. They're good people. The Catholics, they're great. Amen. Amen. I was researching with all these kind of goofy pasture videos, and there's just one other one I want to show you guys. And Ela, you are going to love this, okay? This is incredible stuff.
In Calvary, his name was Ben. And I was running a youth group. I was there for a few years. And he was a nice kid, but he was one of those kids that was always he's a real smart aleck. Was a bright kid, which didn't help things, right? Made him more dangerous.
Dangerous.
We were outside one day.
We don't want
youth
you
group,
thinking.
And he was just trying to push my buttons, and he was just, kind of not taking the Lord serious. And I walked over to him, and I went, bam! I punched him in the chest as hard as I crumpled the kid. I just crumpled
Amen,
him.
brother.
And I leaned over and I said, Ben, when are you going to stop playing games with God? I led that man to the Lord right there. There's times that might be needed.
I met that man to the Lord right there. He's been in prison for 20 years now. I love that. Everyone listening was like, what? And I walked over to that little 13-year-old, and I punched him in the chest as hard as I could, and I laid him out on the ground. And I said, boy, when am I get that 10%? Because I know your mama gave you $5 a week in allowance. And to me, that's 50 cents a week, boy. We're that 10%. And that's when that boy found God. You've been in prison now for 20 years for murder. That boy ain't right. I love that story, man. I love that story. Oh, so good. Anyway, let's move it on to fan submissions, okay? Now, this is podcast at h3h3productions.com. You guys can send in questions, videos, comments, whatever you want. I love it. Keep it coming. This is so much fun, so... This one comes from Clammy Hippo. I watch the H3 podcast for the same reason as everyone else, to make sure I have the correct opinion. Thank you very much. You do have the correct opinion. The recent debates on how you wipe your arse, apparently this friend comes from across the seas, have been immersive and captivating. And I wanted to slam dunk a little debate here myself. Do you piss in the shower? I've asked around, and the answer is about 50-50. As a proud shower pisser myself, I need you to tell me if I should stop pissing in the shower or carry on just letting it rip. Also, on a little bit of a side note, I'm not sure this is a stupid question, but I'm sure you and everyone else does it, including me. Do you shit in the bath? We simply need to know. Well, Clammy Hippo, first let me start with the first part, because you took a quick turn there. Peeing in the shower, to me, is a beautiful, natural thing. It's like peeing outside. It's a beautiful thing where you don't... I love peeing in the shower. I when I read this, I was shocked that why would you not pee in the shower? I pee on Ela when we're in the shower.
No.
Now, Dan, Zach, and Ian, do you guys pee in the shower?
I don't go out of my way to, but sure. I mean,
I do.
If you hold it so you can do it in the shower.
I'll always pee when I'm in the shower.
I think I pee 100% of the time I shower.
Every time.
Because you're relaxed, it's warm, you're comfortable. Ian and Zach, do you pee in the shower?
Hell yeah. Zach says hell yeah.
And Ian?
I think Ian said no.
No?
He had recently...
Such a contrarian.
Just like Kanye.
Just like Kanye.
Yeah.
Now, why do you not pee in the shower, Dan and Ian? I mean, do you think that it's gross?
Well, I do, again, but I mean, apparently you go out of your way to, you actually enjoy it.
I do enjoy it.
No, we're not taking a bath. Like, if you're sitting in your own
Yeah,
pee, that would be gross.
I pee in the bath.
Really weird.
I wouldn't.
You pee in the bath?
I don't have
You don't
bathe
take baths.
Give me a break. Who takes a bath? Chris Evans takes a bath.
Yeah.
Probably crafted that tweet while he was in the bathtub peeing in it. Now, Ian, do you find it gross? What is it about peeing in the shower that...
Well, I have roommates, and it just doesn't seem respectful.
Really? Who goes down with the water? Who cares?
I don't know. The action.
Okay. Well, I appreciate... Do you jerk off in the shower?
No.
Because jerking off in the shower is fucking nasty because it can get caught in the drain.
Gross.
And I've actually had roommates where they jerk off in the shower and you can see it in the drain, and that ain't
Oh,
right.
no.
I'm telling you, that shit ain't right. So I would say that jerking off in the shower with roommates is a little stickier.
Well, none of that is as bad as this guy's second part.
But then he takes it.
he
He says, "I'm sure this is a stupid question. I'm sure you and everyone else does it, including me. But do you shit in the bath?" Now I think he's yanking my chain, but obviously shitting in the bath is. I'm not. This person's not serious.
You got to
right?
be a sociopath.
Yeah. I think you have to be homeless or something. I don't know how. I don't know.
I would never.
Shitting in the bath. That can't be what. I'll tell you a funny story about shitting in the bath, though. I lived with two dudes in college, and we used to play a game called Doopy Extreme, where we tried to run an elaborate dupe on one of the housemates that the other two were on. You would try to make them believe some far-fetched, outrageous thing. And so this was my crowning achievement. I, with the other guy, we decided to try to convince our third roommate, who was kind of a germaphobe, that we shit in the shower and that it's normal and everybody shits in the shower. So here's what I did. This is fun. I'm proud of this. Why? So I arranged it with the other friend, and then I called a fourth friend and said, "Hey, we're doing this prank. I'm going to call you, and I want you to say that of course, you shit in the shower." So I was like, "Oh, bro." I was like, "Hey, just give it a minute. I shit in the shower when I was in there." And he's like, "You did what?" And we got into this whole thing, and I was like, "Yeah, you shit in the shower. I push it down with my toes down the drain. It's normal. My whole family, everybody does that." And he's like, "Tell me you guys are kidding." He was like, "I can't." He was dead serious. He was like, "Tell me you guys are fucking kidding. Like, you don't shit in the shower." And then my third roommate comes in. He's like, "Yeah, I shit in the shower too. You push it down with your toes. You stomp it down with your toes." And he's like, "You guys are fucking with me." And then we called up the fourth friend. And I was like, "I'm talking to Isaac. We shit in the shower." And he doesn't believe it, but you shit in the shower, right? He's like, "Yeah, everybody shits in the shower. Stomp it down with our toes." And he's sitting there having like a mental breakdown. Like,
Didn't you have a name for it? Like the...
We called it, we did. I don't remember what
waffle
it was.
something?
Yeah, the waffle stomp, I think. Yeah, we called it a waffle stomp. Yeah, exactly. And so a waffle stomp, exactly. So we convinced him for a good like 20 minutes that we waffle stomped shit down the drain. So no, I do not shit in the bathtub, and I sincerely do hope that you do not shit in the bathtub, and then nobody shits in the bathtub because that ain't sanitary. And frankly, you don't need to be waffle stomping poop. We have systems, plumbing in place to handle that, and I sincerely hope that you use it. So thank you for the question. Submitted from Danny Kelly. This clip is just fucking amazing. I've never seen this, and it's one of my favorite things I've ever seen. It gave me so much joy and so much laughter, and I share it with you all today. Bird shit in his fucking mouth. While he's shouting. A bird shit in his fucking mouth. A fucking bird shit in his fucking mouth while he's talking. And he kind of like takes it in, too. Oh, God, it's so foul.
To him, and I went bang. I punched him in the chest as hard as I crumpled the kid.
Crumpled the kid. When are you going to start taking Jesus seriously? Now give me 50 cents. 10%. I know that's what Jesus wanted. I think it said in the Bible, it said, when disobedient, crumple children with a powerful punch to the chest. This is a weird one, Hila. Run for the Cube. You guys may remember him from a recent, or not, an ancient H3 video we made about this really weird kid channel where he's got this crazy voice, but he reviewed one of Hila's products. And here you go.
Hello.
Run for the Cube.
Nice run for the QB.
I kind of want to do a Know Your Meme with this guy. Wonder if we can reach out to him.
Would you understand what he's saying, though?
Ooh, very strong ears.
Very strong.
Very strong ears.
Eyes.
I want those eyeballs.
I want the eyeballs.
Eyeballs.
That guy makes me not. He fucking scares me.
tightly
Kids don't watch this, do they?
No.
This is nightmare fuel.
bow tie. Yoink.
Oh no.
How does that make you feel, Yola?
Chine. Tie me to Kutaito bean and see what's
You're not cutting it open. It's a box, dude.
Kutaito bean.
How do you feel right now?
Ooh,
I don't know.
what's that? Ooh, T-Dye Freeze T-Dye BR has a tie-dye. T-Dye Freeze T-Dye BR.
It could have just gone with like an ASMR channel.
Ooh, I watched
why
guys
is this
T-Dye
weird?
Freeze T-Dye
The thing with the
BR.
tweezers is just so weird with
The gloves.
tweezers and the
no.
gloves.
Shiny bright like a diamond. Shiny bright like a diamond.
God, what is wrong with you, man?
God.
I kind of want to do a Know Your Meme, though. I want to try to reach out to him. If you are watching this, which I have a feeling he'll see this, email us, Run the Cube. I want to connect with you, dude. You're the weirdest fucking guy I've ever heard of in my life. But anyway, he was very gracious, and he put a link in the description and stuff, so that was nice. But my God, I'm scared of him.
He's got a nice following, like 70,000 views for this.
Is that his normal viewership? Let me take a look. Let's see. What kind of views does this guy usually pull?
This is the weirdest
What?
video
It's us. It's this trailer.
What the fuck?
we've ever seen. This dude's channel name is Run for the Cube. It should be Run
Okay, so I
from the
guess Run from the Cube. Got him. I'm funny, man. Oh, he hasn't made a video in... This was the last video he made 2 months ago. And then he was gone for 6 months after that. Holy shit. This guy's obsessed with us, yo. Where in his trailer, his last video he made, he's hunting us down with those tweezers and gloves on.
Cube.
Run for your life.
Just take out the cube.
Why is this your
life.
trailer? We're goofing on you.
Oh man, I guess Run for the Cube.
Wait.
Uploaded another video again.
I don't even
Better
remember
stay off
the
YouTube
video.
for the next couple weeks.
Have you guys ever watched the
Okay.
YouTube channel?
Okay.
So it's a bunch of people kind of talking about this.
Goofing on him.
You know. Ay, ay, ay. Run from the
That's
cube.
crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. There you have it. How did that make you feel? He reviewed your...
I guess honored.
Honored. Cool. And then, Hila, did you want to talk about the Rip and Dip Teddy Fresh collab?
Yeah. So there's a Rip and Dip and Teddy Fresh collab, which is crazy.
You got pics?
Yeah, it's under there, under your video.
Let me close that. Where's my...
And here's our model.
That's me. I said to Hila, thank you for being progressive and using a plus-size model. We all really appreciate that.
And so this will be coming out next week.
Do you not have a better picture of the design?
Not right
Or
now.
show the close-up. There you go.
And I just wanted to say that we're gonna be doing a meet and greet in their store in LA on Sunset Boulevard. No, Fairfax Avenue.
You just type Rip and Dip and they can
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah.
But what is
So
it?
It's Saturday at 11 a.m. They're gonna sell a limited amount
We're
of...
talking about the 13th of October, right?
Yeah.
So noon Saturday, October 13th, 441 North Fairfax Avenue. We will be there slinging some Teddy Fresh and Rip and Dip.
And then it will be dropped online the next day, Sunday, on their website.
Very
on
cool,
Rip and
Kanye. No, I'm excited. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I love it, man. It came out so good. This is their mascot, the cat.
Yeah.
So the cat and the bear teamed up, and they're crushing it, man. And finally, thank you to all of our sponsors. We have a little sponsor button on YouTube that you can smash to support us. Thank you very much to those of you who have done that. Thank you, everyone who has watched the podcast. Love you so very much. Thank you to Ian for the presentation. Thank you to Kanye. Very cool. And have a blessed Friday. That's about it, right? I mean, that's it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's more stuff, but
It's close to 2 hours.
yeah, we're close to 2 hours. I start to lose steam at 2 hours. 2 hours gets bad.
Yeah.
That's when I start talking about like pedophile priests and stuff, and he was like,
We already snuck in the music.
"Oh, you're already playing me off.
I'm
What is this? The
playing you off.
Oscars?
You're being booed
All right,
off.
I'm being caned off stage, but yeah. Well, guys, Join us next Friday for another episode. Hila's pregnant.
What the?
Hey! She'll still be pregnant, probably, or not.
So weird.
I don't know. I'm just saying that. People are so stupid. I'm being played off right now. I know that. I can't hear the music, but my family was like, no, don't say anything till 10 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
My family said don't say anything till 4 months.
I say don't say anything till the baby comes out.
Yeah, that's like halfway there.
I say don't say anything till a year to make sure the baby's healthy. You know, we're in this journey together. We've been very vocal about the process, so we don't see any reason not to continue that trend. Guys, next week, we'll hear again. Have a blessed and beautiful Friday evening. The weekend is upon us. We made it. Thank God it's Friday. And remember to give 10%, boy. Otherwise, you're going to get punched in the chest by your pastor. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Have a blessed, beautiful weekend. And remember this. SavePapaJohn.com.
All right, we're taking